In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a yearbook page. So go on our slides and download the link I gave you for a blank background. Click on it and download it to your computer. And open it up in Photoshop. Now go back to the slideshow that has all the instructions. Close all that. If you go down to page 14, it has links for everything. All right, so I got the black background. Now I need a color background. So click on that. Open up the library that Commercial Art 2 made. Pick one of the backgrounds. Click on it to open it, and then click the download button. It opens in Photoshop. I'm going to select all and then copy. And then paste. So now I have my background in there and it shows me the margins that I'm supposed to stay in. Now I'm going to go and download a title that Commercial Art 2 made. So click on the title library. I am going to do science. So find the science title. It's actually in there like 3 times. Click on the science title, download it. Do the same thing, select all, copy. Paste it in there. Move it up to the top. It can go over the margin a little bit as long as the main part of the word is inside of the margin. So you'll see some of that 3D part is going out of the line, but the main part of the word is staying in. I'm going to put this on a different layer mode. I think I'm going to do lighten. You don't have to do that, but you can do whatever you think looks good with the title. Now I'm going back to the slideshow and picking the photo gallery. I'm going to open up our photo gallery. I'm going to find the science folder. And there's a couple of different folders in there. I'll just grab a few from each folder. Pick this picture here, press download. Again, I'm going to select all and then copy, paste it in here. And go back to the gallery. Go back to the gallery again. I didn't mean to close that. Open up the science gallery. And then grab another picture. I'm going to speed this part up because I think you get the idea of just opening the galleries and copying and pasting pictures in. Alright, so now I have all my pictures in. I want to remove parts of the photo that aren't really important. I want to zero in on people. So I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee and just chop off the bottom of that picture. Now I'm going to organize the pictures a little bit into a nicer arrangement. You can angle your pictures or you can put them all in a group. I'm going to keep these in a group because I want to leave a space off to the side where I can put some text in there. You'll notice I'm putting some of them in folders to organize them and making them the same height each row, the pictures in each row to be the same height. So I'm going to speed this part up while I do that. Alright, now I have this arrangement going. I want to put a piece of clip art in there as an accent, so I'm going to go onto the internet, and you can either use Pixabay or a website called vecteezy.com. yearbook.com. Please don't use any other websites because these are the only two that have free images to use. We don't want to copy any images that aren't free. So I'm going to go to vecteezy.com. I'm going to search science. You can also use Pixabay. All right, and you can only use the ones that say free on them. Don't try to use any of them that don't say free. All right, once you find one you like, click on it to open up the preview. And then scroll down below the preview and click on the big free download button. Big orange button there, free, just say free license. Then it's going to download. And you just go into Photoshop and say open. I'm going to go to my downloads folder, click in there and open up the JPEG. There'll be a few different versions. You can pick the JPEG and then copy it. I only want this bottom half. I don't want the top half that says chemistry. So I'm going to grab the clip art and copy it. Don't save. And then I'm going to paste it in here. And then I'm going to arrange it a little bit. I'm going to fast forward while I do this. All right, now I have my piece of art in there. I'm just going to fade off the corner of this because I don't like how it's poking into my words. I'm just going to get a soft brush and just kind of fade that a little bit. And try some different layer blending modes on here to see if I like anything better. That looks okay. I think I'm just going to stay with normal though. All right, I want to change the color of it a little bit, so I'm going to go to where it says cyan and hue and saturation, which is Control U. I'm just going to try to change that blue background to match my green a little bit more. So I'm just going to move these sliders around, change it to green, desaturate it so it's more of a dull green. Something like that. I think it matches a little bit better. And say OK. All right, so now I have this block of pictures. I think I'm going to change science to a different color. So I'm going to put it back on normal, and then I'm going to do control, move it a little bit down, and then go to Control U again and adjust the hue and saturation. I'm going to click colorize, and I'm going to saturate it and then lighten it so it's not black anymore, and then change the hue. All right. Now, I have some text in my yearbook software. You guys won't have access to this, but when you're working on a page, it's okay to leave some blank space for text. So on these academic pages, I have this column of quotes from students that I'm going to put on the sides. So if you leave 3 inches off to the side of your page, that's fine. That way I can paste in the quotes with the yearbook software. So if you just want to leave it blank, that's fine. You don't have the quote, so you can just leave it blank, and then I'll go in and paste it in later. So it's okay if you have some blank area, 3 inches off to the side if you're doing one of the academic classes. If you're doing candids or something else, you could just leave a little space under a photo or something, but if you're doing one of the class photos like this. All right, so I had all my pictures in a group, and I want to outline them. So I'm going to go to the FX at the bottom and choose stroke. And I'm going to pick a different color, more of a green color. It's a light green. Okay, and some of my pictures aren't the same. They're not lining up perfectly, and I'm really picky about that. So I'm going to get the rectangular selection tool and draw this big box that goes on the edge of all the pictures. Then I'm going to click on each layer that has one of those pictures that's not lining up, and I'm going to press delete. Not on the whole picture, but just on that edge so that they all line up perfectly at the end. So make sure you guys do that if you're trying to arrange photos in a block. Take the time to delete the edge of your photo so that everything lines up really nice. I'm going to do it to my clip art too. So that left edge looks a lot better now, and now I just need to fix the bottom. So that bottom left picture, I'm going to find that one in my group and delete it so it matches the bottom of the picture on the right. Alright, so all my pictures are in that folder, everything's organized really well. So now I'm just going to save this. You'll save a PSD for yourself and then save a JPEG that you'll put in your portfolio. And if you do a really good job on this, I'll probably pick it to put in the yearbook, and I'll ask you to email it if I do. But for now, just save a PSD so you can edit it, because we might end up getting different photos. So it's good to have a PSD so you can edit the photos later. And then save a JPEG for your portfolio.